Catch and release fishing is a great tool for conservation, but it is only a great tool when released fish survive the catch and release process. When released fish do not survive catch and release, that type of fishing is a very bad tool, a very unsustainable tool. One of TNC's missions in the ocean is to promote sustainable fisheries. Barotrauma is a major reason why a released fish might not survive that process. So in order to promote sustainable fisheries, understanding the effects of barotrauma and whether we can mitigate those effects and increase the survival of released fish is all in support of promoting sustainability. The most impactful findings of the barotrauma work and the descender device work are a couple bullet points here. Number one, descender devices work. They are effective means of mitigating discard mortality and recompressing animals back to a pressure where they can survive the catch and release process. They work across species. I have worked with descender devices on several species, black sea bass, red snapper, a number of deep water grouper species, and in every investigation that we have done, we found that descender devices promote survival as compared to an untreated release, as compared to a surface release of those animals. Another important finding is that descender device effects are species specific. We know that they are better in certain species than others. We also know that within a species there may be size effects. It may be more necessary to descend a larger fish than a smaller fish. Another important takeaway is that the topic of descender devices it's not controversial. In fisheries, it's hard to find something that's not controversial and something that all sectors of the fishing community are willing and able to participate in. Every commercial fisherman I've talked to, every recreational angler I've talked to, when presented with evidence that barotrauma mitigation works and does promote survival of released fish, they've all gotten on board. That's one of the biggest takeaways, I think, is that everybody agrees where barotrauma mitigation is necessary in reef fisheries, it does work. Marine fisheries resources are public resources. They're public trust resources like national parks. They're owned by everyone. When you go fishing, it's important to leave the animals that you're releasing in the water and alive. And we know that barotrauma mitigation is one great way to do that in fisheries like red snapper, black sea bass, groupers, anything that experiences barotrauma. It's the responsibility of every angler to take care of those public trust resources and leave them for the next person who's going to access them and who might be able to keep those fish and put them in their cooler. So promoting barotrauma mitigation is promoting sustainability of these public trust resources.